What are we doing here? This planet is dead. We're here to find the life forms. The planet is far from dead. Anomalous radio signals. Readings from subspace. All that.
Over there. It's one of ours.
Similar, but yes.
Looks like the thing got tossed quite a ways.
Like Indiana Jones and the Naked French.
That really would have killed him. Every bone in his body would have been reduced to mush.
It was never tested by Mythbusters.
They didn't have access to a nuclear weapon or a lead-lined fridge. Otherwise, they would have done it.
Huh, sure.
So when the ridiculous web series did the drop the fridge part from a 30-foot tower, it broke to pieces, which is what Indy would have been, in pieces.
You stop that. Scan the memory pod for data. The robot had full cameras and saw everything. We need to know.
What do we need to know?
The readings from the celestial orbs, the data from the transformations, and the possible locations of the mini-bots once they came online.
Yay, like he said. You just keep doing you.
Better than being trapped in that weird sitcom movie for several hours. What was it called?
Starship Locations meets the zombies or something?
Sunshine Days was the name of the episode. But, hate sunshine. Got paid though.
You are starting to sound like Jules.
She's now one of them. Her humanoid form is gone.
Well, if we find her, you can meet up with her again.
We were never an item. The synth was just a copy.
Got the data from the hard drive backups and black box.
Good. We can go now.
Why are you in such a hurry? Got a hot date. You do realize she's not interested in you, right? I mean, why would any woman be interested in you?
Hey, shut it. Hey, the scan. It's Jules.
Well, I'll chase a computer mouse. She's been split into another Jules and one of the dog bots. Pity bowl.
Strangely apropos.
And Slam. Slam became Slam Trippin'. One other.
That's silly.
No less silly than Trix becoming Trick Mix and back.
You kidding? The cereal brand? That's some product placement. Or just sloppy writing.
Well, it's not AI. I'm going to give it up to sloppy writing.
And who the heck is Gamelt?
I don't know. He's not one of us.
That's the last of it. Let's go before the others get here.
They do have a knack for knowing where we'll be.
Come on, then. Oh, crap. There they are, heading for us at 0600 up. Duck and cover. Run!
Ha! The glories of battles long past and present and future shall come to me, Blue Hawk Bot. I totally destroyed this place once before. So who rebuilt it? Destroyed it again, Terrorbird Bot. Yeah, who destroyed it? Crow, who destroyed it? Crow, that's not nice. You silly. Crow, you're such a crack-up. You talking to yourself again. Stop that. They're gonna think you're crazy. Oh, Owl Eyes. She's right there. You just can't see her because she's a ghost of my dead sister. And I thought that using neutral pronouns was confusing. You two, Owl Eyes, Raven, hold point. We're going in. I used to build magnificent structures on Cybertron, or my other form did, alongside the Great Grapple. I might be kidding, though. Ha! They're just ahead. Finally, you got it right about my pronouns. Not you, the aliens. You know, you should never explain a joke. If you must explain it, the joke isn't funny. You aren't funny, but yourself is funny. You got me there. They're synths, and they have the Robotech. So do we. Get them, sister. Oh yeah, you're a ghost. You can't do that. I'll have to get them. Raven, maximize. What the heck are they?
I don't know, but they sound like influencers. Influencers are highly overrated. You know you've made it when you've gone from being on Cinematic Venom to being riffed on Gamer from Mars. Or Lindsay Ellis.
Halt! Who goes there? We are the bird team. See, we have found a shiny blue Veritech over there. Blue Hawks forever. We were once car robots, but it didn't translate well once Pixar stole our IP in the 1990s. Yes, sister, but at least beats getting groped by animation producers that worked for Pixar. Not saying who. What? You were not. You're not Jillian Rossmacom. You couldn't have even met him.
What is wrong with you? Who are you really?
Blue Hawk Bot, leader of the Blue Hawks, our bird team. We all got changed back into protoforms. I see you did too. Who are you? We are Karda from the planet Earth, sent by the Primes to make contact. I am Quarkers. Yes, we were all turned back into protoforms. Oh, there's a giant gaping chasm over there. You don't want to race over that way. As mini-bots just a little shorter than adult humans, we have explored only 2% of the planet since we got here. That is over 1% since we came online again. That's 110% accurate. You cannot really have 110%. I grate when I hear people say over 100%. 100% is everything. You cannot technically say 110% and have it retain any meaning. How about when somebody says 200%? They're being a smart aleck like you. Hey, why thank you. Hey, Busbot, I'm Smart Aleck, whoever that is.
I've never met Smart Aleck. Who is he?
Used to be when I was watching reruns of Beast Wars 2. I never got why Galvatron turned into a dragon with a member so obviously big in robot mode. 110%. Biggest junk on a bot. More than OG Megatron. Biggest one I've ever seen, but let's keep this YouTube friendly. You never know who might be watching, and shame on their parents if they're letting them watch this tripe.
100%.
Oh, but look, someone's coming. I am Blue Hawk Bot, and these are my minions, the bird team. We've come from Earth. I'm Transitron, the present leader of the bus team. The present leader. I was chosen. It's a chore. Smart Aleck over there doesn't want the job. Smart of him. Reluctant hero, you will go over the rise, I think. But though you're not really buses. We're protoforms like you. How did you come by those? Was it the Allspark rocks? The Allspark rocks? No, it was not.
I've seen very few new rocks since we blew up the base. It was an accident, really, but it went boom.
I thought I did it in a dream, in a vision. Pay no attention to Terror Birdbot. My sister and I are the smart ones. Isn't that right, Crow? Oh, you asshole. You stop that. No punching down. Shame on you. You're a little different, aren't you? Nobody there but you. I met people like you out there. But I suspect you don't just march to your own drummer. You bang your own drum loudly. What's your angle, Roscoe? I don't have one. Not today, anyway. Had no idea the Karda would come so soon.
The signal was only sent 6 months ago.
Well, you must be dealing with a subspace relay capable of sending and receiving a signal instantly, over vast light years of distance, in real time, like in Star Trek. That's impossible, unless they use a MacGuffin. They just simply can communicate over vast distances, just because plot allows. Well, yeah, that and the retcon of the Kessel Run from Star Wars being said for merely being through anomalies and wormholes, when originally George Lucas just couldn't do math and didn't ask anybody what a parsec was. Getting there in 13 parsecs would be impossible. 3.26 light years is a parsec. It's a distance, not a measure of time. Why, she's a smart Georgia peach. Yeehaw! He saw her first. Oh, you stop that. I wasn't flirting. I prefer gender-neutral pronouns. Oh, really? So they're them. This is not us. That'd be bad grammar, as I have tried to teach them, as my old form was an owl transformer, or old form, like an earth spark. Yes. They stole the power of the Quintus rocks. They were not supposed to do that. They probably didn't know it at the time. Just look at them. You kind of remind me of that catbot, Scratcher. I am Corkers, also called Gag Kitty. I've seen it all. I'm also a good strategist, and have come here seeking the ones who fled the Simultech branch factory explosion. That'd be us. We're lucky to get out of there before it went up. Echo boo. You're all copies. The rest are originals. How'd you get here? The Allspark rocks brought us here, and even doubled some of us, but bonded some back. Not us personally, the Terrans mainly. Some of them have run off with the other vehicle protoforms. Lawless ones do not choose a side. Ironic considering my past. I was a con version of the bus robots. I think you all must be copies, brought here by a close-by orbiting ship. That would explain the signal being picked up so fast.
It is classified.
They must be brought to us. Where might we find these Terrans? Tell us what you know. It's important to the mission. We're after the renegades and malcontents who came here.
I will scout on ahead.
The message was received, and the Terrans have sent help. Just as the legends foretold, but really quite quickly. It's probably just a dumb Cobra trick, and they'll turn out to be in disguise, or spies, or something. They're rather loud for spies. Usually assassins don't paint themselves so garishly. Unless the garishness is a disguise. I am Ziggy.
I am Jan. I'm not a dog or cat, but approach me.
I will not fight unless provoked.
I am from the survey team. We were looking for those who fled the destruction of the base over the rise. It was kind of expensive.
By the Matrix, that one looks a bit like our maker.
I'm a what?
There's more marble in his markings than Genesis. He's talking about me. I'm the cutest one among you now. Look and gaze upon my beauty, but not too much, because you will die from my glare. What's the matter with him? Nothing. He's perfect. It must be a trick. You robots are loony. How'd you end up programmed like that? The memory cores of the Simultech and the sphere rocks reformatted us from the sparks of ancient heroes, but we do not have transformation cogs. You cats are too dogmatic for me. Where would we find the dog team? Dogmatic cats? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, buddy. That came out kind of funny.
Dogmatic? Oh yeah, very funny. I didn't know I had it in me.
You're a little dense sometimes.
Earth-based Terran Karda protoforms must have different features. We're full of bugs and glitches because we're copies of copies. I assure you my gaiety and flamboyance is not a bug, it is a feature, darlings. I've done it all. I'm not part of a line from a cosmic 3D printer. Yes, I think we have chosen our allegiances now. Yes, Tiger or Ziggy. Let's go find the dogs and leave these cats here, terrorized. I will remain with the cats.
I will as well, but I'm a cat, so I'll probably wander off later.
When I signed up for the mission and was a synth, I had no idea that my destiny would be turned into an edgelord fantasy for your pathetic subgroup. Huh? You could just deactivate, and then we could eat you. That is if we had digestive tracts and could eat you. I've been tracking the scent of the newcomers. They're near, I can tell. You can actually do that? Not sure how. Must be more programming than instinct. Like a bird dog pointing even as a pup. That is instinct. For us it would be programming. But I was mixed, just as you were Jules. Ever thought about that? I am no longer Jules, but a part of me is copied out there, among the Terrans who left us. She leads the pack, Only because she's the Alpha. The Alpha stuff is not true. It was all made up long ago by humans misremembering dog behavior as more human-like than it should have been. You can claim that you have no idea what this is, but you like being the Alpha. You're crossing a line somewhere. Stop it. We're not a thing, She-Bot, but you have no idea what you're missing. Do I look like I'm the slightest bit interested in you? There. I thought not. You're creepy in life, but the other life, and you're even more so now, if you are one harsh She-Bot. If your tracking skills are that good, how come you didn't see them? I didn't see them because they're not a threat. Look at them. 2 lost scavengers. Protoforms, though. I know him somehow. How do you know him? Was there another dog bot in the blown-up building we didn't see, but you did? No, his aura, or whatever, reminds me of someone I saw in a dogbot strip joint on Cybertron once. You did not see me in the gay dogbot strip club, you liar. You said it was a gay one. I didn't. Sick burn, friend. Teravec was my old form. How do you know? I am Tiger of the Terran Dogbots. You know, for a Transformer to switch from male to female just requires changing form and voice box, as we don't sexually procreate anyway. Which would make a gay dog unnecessary. You're Tiger now? How'd you come by such a name for a dog? Hold on a minute. Oh, Awesome Sauce. Trigger warning. Is it you? Awesome Sauce will never become a thing. Not even out here, light years from Earth. I can't believe you travel hyperspace just to complain to me about that. I was trying to escape from you. I guess it was meant to be. So, Jules, what have they done to you? My Terran form holds that name. Another protoform. But my humanoid body is gone. She was sacrificed to use the DNA to awaken the Queen algorithm. It was coded. We're back because of that. You really did all that to get away from me? We stalked each other for years on the internet, or our counterparts did. You never found out it was me. I did once I merged and bonded with the alien machine. It told me your thoughts, and then created us. Oh crap, all of my thoughts, even the messed up ones, I'm done for. What is happening? Dang if I know. Maybe they're gonna fight, or they're gonna start making out. I'd be okay with either. At the same time, well, I have them to cherish, and as leverage my fair-weather friend. Welcome you and your friend to the Dog Team Cons. Now face me in battle as the Alpha. When it is over, you shall know my name, Tiger Terrorize. I have bested you. You will now bow before me and call me master. You have bested me in single combat, but I have touched the rock and am transformed. Oh dang, it's gonna get real now. They gonna spar again? I think the battle's over. They messed up when they ran into the rock. I am the beating bang toing. I am no longer Jules. I am Pitiable, leader of the Dog Cons. Victory shall be mine. And I am no longer Tiger. I shall heretofore be called Ziggy the Dogbot, and I still love you. Get off of me. Ew. Good thing we don't have faces, so we can't lick each other. You try humping my leg one more time. It's curtains for you. Curtains. I wonder if my Terran synth double would recognize me. Oh well, let's go frolic. She's a male or a female now. No parts change, just the voice. We are Transformers. It's in the name, but we don't have transformation cons. Dog cons, move out. Let us hunt. Woohoo! By the makers of all Karda, I've come to this wretched war-torn planet. Well, war-torn is a bit of an exaggeration. Most of the battle scenes appear to have been staged. Whether it is staged or not, it still bears the scars of battle. Who would fake the ancient battle? It doesn't make sense unless they somehow knew we were going to come here someday. In the laws of the Primus, it is possible there is a series of universes, each branching off from the next, and in some time flows differently. Some therefore claim they can see other futures. That would suggest that events turn depending on where we step and where we don't. Oh, I'm sure it's not that. They have done a good job connecting stories here on the planet, like some mega brain did it for us when we got here. If it knew we were coming. I don't think it's that. How could it? When we were high-tech machines and not protoforms again, we were connected to the web and could know such things clearly, but now we do not. I was a special advanced starcraft, a Veritech-like ship, but then I was discontinued and my essence stored in the vault. The makers brought my mind out of it. Then I was carried out again until I met you. Ah, the makers, the legato people, the simultank people, or Robotech. Many names, all cybernetics people, and some even followed the plans of Chip Chase. They fought for good. Chip Chase was a cybernetics master, was he? He was a human, too. He fought in one of the timelines against Strawberry himself, and was able to defeat him before his vessel was destroyed. You two were of the Robotech division in the space fighter program. I was, yes. I was a similar robot. I then was stored in the vault, as you were, to be revived into the protoform. You were more kindred than Chemtron. I was a chemicals maintenance robot and vehicle. I was also in the vault. I didn't have a flight mode. The makers won't be coming. They were broken. We left when the Terrans revived us. We were on the way here when the signal was received. It was not the makers, but other Karda who had gone down ahead of us. The approach is from the other direction. 4 of them, mostly red in color, but 1 blue. What do we have here? They aren't very cute. I don't have them. Neither are you. Why, you, break my aura again, That doesn't matter. Will they fight or flee? Do they burn? It might make them hot. Well, I told you, we're not here to fight them. I am called Airhammer. We come from a ship that was in orbit of the planet. We got your signal. It was not my signal. It was primaries. I'm Misfire. Misfire? Like the Transformer. I was first by a year before that guy. I debuted in 1986, and he did in 1987. At least that is what my personality or essence said. Your personality engrams and your essence are 2 different things. One is like a brain, and the other like an artificial soul, a spark. Every group has a mystic, it seems. This whole premise, though, is not to sell toys. If I were a toy, it'd be banned for being too violent. These are FlameCon and Blazod, my crew, and Gunship tags along.
I had nothing better to do. Also, I got lost last week and they found me.
I was once a maintenance vehicle. Were you?
I was an attack vehicle. Now I'm a protoform. I see you have a Veritech. How'd you get one?
The Terrans had some extras since the Robotech people left for Phantoma and Tyrol. We command them now like a gestalt. Well, sort of. When did they leave for Phantoma? Tyrol, isn't that a moon of Phantoma? I am Airhammer. Phantoma is the planet and Tyrol the moon, yes. They left over 2 years ago in 2023. In another timeline, they should have left in 2022. You know of the timelines then. Excellent. Some of them, I've heard stories. The Karda came from separate timelines and met here on the planet. Transitron, for instance, came from another one. Wow, confirmation of the multiverse here on Brosmocom. We're in Liege Maximo space, named for the first Liege Maximo. This goes all the way back to Lithone space and Ramadon. Good thing they're dormant since the Second Transtech War. Yeah, we came here looking for you. My vague origins are nothing special. I got hold of a Gryson Obji spaceship, the Celestial Orb, and traveled across space-time with some Karda from the Second Karda War. Oh, did you know that Airhammer and I were almost in that? Yeah, we were protoform flying machines built for the next war, but were never tested. Then our minds were removed and placed in the vault until needed again. Well, I've never met you, so no. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Kappa Gamma. I don't recall you, but there were many prototypes during the wars of the Generation 2 in the 1990s. You could have been with any faction. Material Bots would have been the Karda from 1994 in that timeline. She knows of the Masters. Good. Hold on. The Material Bots were not the Masters. I knew of them. Part of me did. Come with me. We will take you to the flying robots. They might know more about this. A flying team, you have those? Well, they're protoforms like us, but they were once flying bots. We're a fire team. Let us go. I seem to belong more with these protoforms than them. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I'll remain among the other protoforms of the fire team. Ah, during the Generation 2 war, another version of me fought against the mighty battleship in the final struggle over the burning pyre, while the Frank of Zappa played the machine song. Tell us about the song again. The song is about a guy who makes love to a robotic pig-like machine. It is? That is demented. Please tell us again. So the great fires burned after the deity had been slain, never to rise again, and there they were in battle over the fate of the planet, of all Karda, until the slaying and tearing apart. Ripped right in half. Pew! Down his half tumbled into the flames. And then as the flames licked us and melted us, we died. The end, or not, as our essences had been rebooted into the rocks somehow. We returned. And crazy how that happened. Makes me want to fly away all dizzy. Too bad I'm a protoform and can't fly away anymore. Someday we will get our forms back and become gestalts, or at least pretenders. Maybe the Tansformers will be generous to our Gobot-like forms. I had no idea our leader was so learned of his past lives. He isn't. He just guessed from what Primary told us. Hey, who are they? Intruders. I'm called Airhammer. It's good to meet more flyers, even in protoform mode. I'm Airflyer. The Marauder class. I know of your kind. Air flight. Yes, long ago. How'd you know? I was one of the prototypes, designated X-31. The X-31 Battlehammer. But you don't use the name anymore. Copyright issues. Happens all the time, even when there are no toys of us. You are Hammer. Pleased to meet you again. Ace Case, is that you? You look different. It is me. That is, I am me. Jet Smash, is that you? Starcraft, is that you? Ah, but I don't go by that anymore. Let me guess. Copyright issue. A big one. They named the whole game after me. Can you believe it? No royalties, though. Well, technically Warhammer is another game, so yeah, can't use that. Referencing is okay. Huh, there were 3 of us, but Chemtron decided to join up with your fire team. That makes sense, even though we no longer fly. We can. We came in a Veritech, but so did another 2 groups. Oh, that's nice. You what? Groups? The Karda protoforms on the planet are not alone. We were here the whole time. Did you think we spontaneously appeared through the Allspark? We kind of did. Are you high on energon? No, I am sober. It is a bit to unpack, to be sure, but after the Robotech ship left, the G.I. Joes were ordered to do a series of really dumb things by the human leaders when Donnie Spurs came back and ruined everything. How did that happen? He was killed on the Wrath planet. He and Archie Burger went there to rule and couldn't breathe, and they died stupidly and froze. A different timeline. Either that, or when the Autobots took the planet back to the Forge. It changed the timeline. But that's a guess. Sounds more like great minds thinking alike when it comes to games taking our names. I mean, it's almost impossible for any of them to know the names of 1980s Karda anywhere but at Pine Hill in that timeline. Party pooper. What does that even mean? We're not birds, and we can't do that. I'm not sure. It's an expression. Oh, never mind. What if I was experimental and never meant to be mass-produced someday? Then I'm just another spark and mind to you. You may be an asset to the team. You think? I'm no longer a prototype. I'm a protoform. Knowledge might be power. You might have retained some of how you were in your other life. I think they were going to make fighter ships with Greek letters, and if mine was meant to be later in the chain, I shouldn't really be here, but I am. Maybe Primary or Raksha can answer that. We can go and find them. That would be good. Now let's fly out, or walk, or something. We have a new quest. I'm so overcome with joy, yay. No weird rocks this time, or very few. No queens, no weird guys in car robots. Just us wandering for hours again. Oh boy. The Terrans are this way. I saw them a kilometer away. Yeah. Oh, what's going on over there? More of them. A fuel, perhaps. A snack. Just what we need. It is rather annoying. I do not understand this protoform bot venture. Oh yes, very curious. They're more Karda, flighted once in life. Hi, I'm Raksha. Oh, welcome to the Karda in this old city. I did not know you would be coming. I should have. After all, the future is forged from lessons we've learned. What are you talking about? There is no future here anymore, Rosmacom born. Spoiled sport. Well, we all know where that's going. We Terrans have been here for, I don't know, months. Hi, where'd you guys come from? We came here seeking you. Wait, we got a signal from you. You mean the signal worked? You already got it. It seems we went over this before with the other guy. Oh, the other group was there before with the other guy. Oh, we can kind of sense what they did. Oh, that's interesting. The protoforms are over here. Let's find them, yes. You can sense what we've been doing. That is unnerving. Yes. Verticons, maximize. Here we are, the Karda. Yeah, you're from Earth. You might say that. More complicated. Well, we're all technically from Earth. We were just regenerated here. It's sort of like copies, like a space bridge backup through space-time, and transporters on Star Trek. Or like avatars in those Avatar movies. Oh, don't get me started on the Avatar movies. Basically, they're modern Dances with Wolves meets Pocahontas, with blue Thundercat Smurfs. Yeah, and the characters are trash, even if the stories are pretty visually, but ultimately, kind of pathetic. Oh yeah, the stories are really bad. Yeah, don't get her started about that. Yeah, she'll go on for days. Anyway, here we are. Yeah, the Karda, it's wonderful. We came all this way and found you, and you don't even have a toy line. Our ship came here looking for you. We had a lot of time to ponder various other timelines that sold toys, and some that didn't, along the way. How did you get down here? I think the sparks revived us. We don't think the sparks do that, actually. What happened is they sort of channeled that which is your essence through the space bridge. Yes, or not. My guess is a simulation. My guess is a simultaneous mental link transfer, but not like an avatar, as you are not blue Thundercat Smurfs. Stop with minutia. It's melting my brain. Oh, quit it. Yeah, I know. Stop encouraging her. I was doubled and reformatted using the space bridge, so the Queen DNA energy from the other me did it. Did some others like that too. Slam and Mix. Terrans activated the space bridge, and we were able to bring some of you back through it. Yes, because there was a spaceship in orbit. A different one than we found months ago. Yeah, that's probably it. You were all kind of generated down here on the planet because of the space bridge on the spaceship. The spaceship? Where is it? In orbit. It's from the fleet that came to look for sparks. You must be from the generation that was lost long ago, the generation scorned. Material bots are copies of them, from the earlier version of the universe. She seems to know as much as School Bus Bot does. Yeah, she knows all that stuff. Why are there so many mystical and smart ones here? Oh, we can only tell what the mystical ones are, huh? Well, yeah, here we are. I'm not naming names, but they think they know everything. But Raksha, stop it. Blue Hawk Bot, terrorize. Primary maximize. I should say terrorize. But because we're technically not beast machines, we don't. But you guys seem to think you are. Maybe they don't know about the other beast planet yet. They wouldn't know unless they're from the other beast planet. Don't get him started on that. Let's go over here. Primary, there's another base. Well, you should go find it. And once we do, we'll figure it all out. And once we do, yeah, stop it. Oh, the telling was by the shapings of the protoculture. Enough. Stop it, ladies. Let's do this as we walk on. And which one is that over there? Oh, well, these are the newcomers. Aren't they interesting? Yes, they're rather interesting. The vehicle team is that way. Let us go to the base. Roll out. We've arrived at the vehicle team's last known location. Where are they? One of them appears to be up ahead. I am Reditek, the guardian of all the vehicle con base. Yeah, who goes there? I'm Owl Eyes, in fact. Oh, you must have been Fire Lies then. You know that I was Fire Lies, you silly. We don't have to discuss it. What are we going to do with you? You are the Terrans. Oh, we are the Terrans. You don't look like you have a plan. You just came in off the waste, didn't you? You're just here like we were. Yeah, but we have the ship we all came in. Some of you just got here ahead of us. Most of them did. I believe that makes the whole crew of the echelon that came here. 41 of us, yeah. Mini-bots. You call us the Karda.
You stop it.
We've arrived at the vehicle team's last known coordinates. Where are they? One of them is up there on the ledge. I'm Ratatek, the guardian of the Viacon base. Who goes there? I'm Allies. Here is Firelight.
You know that I was Firelight, you silly. We do not discuss that.
What are we going to do with you? You're the Terrans. We're the Terrans. You don't look like you have a plan. You just came in off the waste like we did, didn't you? You're just here like we were. Yes, but we all have a ship that Will came in. Some of you just got here ahead of us. Most of them did. I believe that makes the whole crew of the Echelon that came here. 41 of us. Yeah, mini-bots. You can call us Karda. Oh, stop it. Well, we'll think of something. If you do think of something, let me know. Funny. So the Generation Scorned, what was that? Well, in the 1990s, Starscream the Unforgettable made a time-space bridge and tried to destroy the Decepticons by erasing ancient Megatron from history. That's a devious plot. He failed when Galvatron and the future people were able to go back and stop him. He speaks the words of the old masters. It is written in the New Covenant of Primus. How does he know about the universes skewing into a multiverse called Tansformers, Generation 2? It was going to be called Galactic Guardians, but they took a copyright, and it had to be changed. Oh, the copyright thing again. How do you even know that? And who are they? I mean, technically they couldn't have. Tell us how this Master Kid would have even been in the Transformers at any point. I know the Beast Wars also, who came later in the 1990s, but not how the boy entered this contest to create Transmetal Dinobot, lost, and then they just snatched the drawing and made a toy. That was another thing about a writing contest. I think this guy is a little demented. You think Ratatek is demented? Nope, Gemelt, the 41st. I was a gamer when the Master was a Transformers fan. Oh no, I did create all those things. I totally pitched for the other show, Starship. I totally did, and I pitched for Star Trek, too. You didn't. You didn't pitch for Star Trek. You got a cease and desist, and you know it. After they offered to pay for your website, and you refused. Who are you, the one that ratted on me? The voice actress who ratted on you? I know her. She was there in 2015. But later, I was famous. That is only because your lies got out of hand on the internet when it went viral. You're only here because the Masters wished it. What? How did I end up here? I don't know. Maybe the Starship Locations guy likes you. I'm pretty sure that Master guy and this Chimera guy that outed me are the same dude. Oh, what's that? I was trying to disrupt the plan here because I was part of Simultech. Oh, is that what your programming dictates you to do? Yeah, you're a robot version of Gemelt, created when the other one was absorbed into the energy matrix. If your programming told you this, who's programming all of this? The maker guys or the masters? Oh, well, I've never thought about it, but when you think about it, let me know. Oh, you just don't understand my genius. I'm leaving. Well, fine, be like that, run off. Well, I mean, we are never going to know anyway. Here we are, I'm Slam Trip.
Now, I am Battleship Bot, named for the ancestor who fought in the great battles of the past, who was destroyed. Yeah, but I am not them. Yeah, I'm the Wundermeister. Yeah. And I am Trick Mix, and you're all defiling the hive. The royalty will not be pleased when she comes here, no. Oh, go stuff a robotic foot in it. You brought friends, Primary. Who are these other scavengers? I'll have you know I am not a scavenger. Well, I am. So's my ghost sister. See, isn't that right? She said yes. She also flipped you the bird. That's not nice. But hey. Oh, but you'll continue. Not even going to put our names in a hat yet, are you? No, I'm just going to put them in a hat. Shake the hat and pick one at random. Let's do this over there. The bird team is new. You are bird bots and cons. Yeah. Oh, I know this. I am trans. It's in the name Transformers. Are you trans? We are trans, yes. But I still accept gender pronouns, while you do not. My ghost sister wants to know what's wrong with that battle bot. Hey, Trick Mix, that girl over there is crazy. She thinks she's talking to her dead sister's ghost. Oh, really? This planet is nuts. You think you're the sane one, huh? The planet's crazy, in case you noticed. No, it's not that. That's my dead sister. She's a ghost, and she's right over there. Yeah, right next to you. She's doing crazy things. Wow, you are totally crazy. I just had no idea how crazy. Well, that's because you never met someone like her, but I did years ago.
And all this was probably during the great battle of Generation 2, which apparently this is a cheap knockoff of. Generation 2 was merely rebranded and computer reskinned old recordings from what became Generation 1 after that, just repackaged cheaply with weird graphics. We could confirm this by asking one of them glowing rocks, but those are dangerous. Not yet. I wanted to rant about the live-action segments with Power Master Prime and Tommy Kennedy, but I'll spare you the details. Grandmother just arrived. Night Razor is here to explain what is going on because I have no clue. Transformers do not procreate as humans do, so how can she be your grandmother? The makers made some exceptions, and I'm Night Racer, or part of it was, and I'm her mother. I've heard of your name. Indeed you have. As a Transformer, I was legendary. I even decapitated one of you in battle. You're the one that killed my sister. It was in self-defense. Besides, her head made a nice trophy. You should see it someday. I am merely the embodiment of ancient spark essence from long ago, all of morally questionable Transformers. I am partly the godmother of all Decepticons. Night Racer was my herald, and her granddaughter, one of 4 destined to crush the Autobots. Something went wrong when my brothers killed each other. It was only luck that I survived the shooting. Luck of the draw. Raksha and Rakshi were my mother fathers, and were forced to make us by Drakatron. She speaks of the great bird-bot females of legend. My vehicle form was more of a truck, though. You can choose a form of anything, a flying mode, a ground mode, anything. And when you do, you'll know, and you'll be transformed. Since I returned to being like a child bot, it's been a drag, it's been awful. A masochistic Prime was one of reality's answer to Nemesis Prime, but he was also Scourge, the Herald of Unicron, and Cal Cat and Mark's Cards created him, somehow, to fight in the battle of Transtech. In another reality, it was different. Did you know that in one, the Decepticons tried to use Unicron's head to revive Optimus Prime, and it became Nemesis Prime? Oh, is that where he came from? The Requiem Blaster is the tool wielded by the Fallen. Megatron is rebranded in the great battles. No, not even Nemesis Prime could have handled it. Only his Jetfire Skyfire could. Yeah. Well, if that's the case, then Cal Cat invented Nemesis Prime and the Requiem Blaster. We never found the Requiem Blaster, unless you have one here. We might have them among the Robotech stuff in the planet. They do have something like Requiem Blasters. Of course they do, because Jetfire could wield one. If we got a hold of one, we could use it against the other Karda, but we couldn't do that, because then they'd be fighting in this. Yeah. She killed my sister in battle, and I would use it. You would not get it before I did. I would so. I'd finish it in seconds, because I have fast reflexes. Not anymore. We have the reflexes of protoforms now. Why, you apologize for dismembering my sister. You tart. I will not. Ladies, stop arguing. You can kill each other in single combat later. You two would probably just censor it anyway. They'd totally ban us if we did that, but they're okay with nationalist jugheads. It makes no sense to ban only some kinds of fighting. I'm talking about it's okay. I guess it depends what the algorithm's doing. Really, but do we now go by the all-powerful will of the algorithm? The Karda are here to find themselves since we found no queen, just a broken-down dead one, and a busted Veritech. We found the robot Elsa. We got all our info about you from it. Well, it's all the same thing. The other boys were talking about robotic dragon penises. Oh yeah? I don't think I've ever seen one. Should meet Dragatron. He's a dragon guy. Oh yeah, I've met Dragatron. He was my forebearer. Yeah, he's a pervobot. And he's dead now. Yeah, but Dragatron was a different guy than Dragon Megatron or Drill Tank Dragon Megatron. I know who you mean, though. At Beast Wars 2, Dragantron 2 had a very large member in Dragon Mode. It was weird because he didn't need it for procreation. He had those amalgamous energy dynamos. He was several Galvatron. Well, Galvatron 2 of Beast Wars 2, not Neo, and was the brother of this other guy. And he was a big purple dragon with a big member in Dragon Mode. Yeah, because it's not just guys who talk about members. Girls do a lot. You are not a bunch of schoolgirls in the bathroom at recess discussing the sizes of various jocks. You're machine robots. And this is not Kiss Players. Quite about that. I'm not talking about the disturbing Japanese spin-off. If I was a male bot, I would have a big long one myself. Detachable. Like the old music video. Let us go discuss robotic members in that area. Yes, this bathroom. But I don't bathe or use toilets. I'm a robot. I would think such a place would be smelly. I am glad that we do not smell as humans do. Otherwise, such places would be unpleasant to hang around in. Yes, I know. So here we are. Yes, and so this is the gossipiest text ever. Yes, and the master can't do dialogue. This proves he can. And where you been? Terrorbird bot. I've located some of the others and brought them here. Yes, we can get some answers. I see. What do you think, as leaders of the group? I have the will of Prima and learned I had it in another life from the Matrix. Oh, well, it helps that you downloaded the Queen Mother's memories and personality from the computer. Yes, because I'm also proud of Alicom and Julia. And Rosmacom. It shows me because I'm primary. It shows you because you were handy and stepped into the beam. Anyone could have done that. I also did. We went to the ship and brought it down here. I know how. So what's our plan? We're going to go find the boys and get together. That'd be fun. So you were Jules. I was Jules. The other human Jules is dead. But I'm also a dogbot. And Trick Mix was Mix, but he became another. And he's gone. Well, sort of both, but yes, Mix Mutt shares my personality. And I was Shadow Dancer too, a humanoid, but now he's gone. Let us find the other bus bots and guys. You know what really sucks? I'm supposed to be a bull terrier mix of a variety found in the Americas. And I'm just a mixed terrier-like thing as a dog. But note that we are no longer dog form. Indeed, we are just reminded of our dog-like past as Karda. That's because you communed with that rock last time. You were Jules once, but now Jules has her own mind as another protoform. Yeah, otherwise I'd be as nuts as that Raven Crow girl. So it's a blessing, not a curse. Do not try my patience. We must find the others to hunt them. I was more of a Dalmatian bird dog than a terrier. You're just another mixed mutt. You're also one of the other guys that found us earlier. I am more bulldog than mastiff, Pit. Makes me similar to Pity Bull. We probably could procreate. Just see it. Why in the name of Primus would you want me? Seriously, I know I'm damaged goods. You wouldn't want this. Trust me. I'm clearly a Mastiff Shepherd hybrid also, and would not be interested in mating with a defective dogbot. Nobody said anything about involving you. We can have fun without you. You cannot have me either. I came here and joined in only because he was a little like me. We both hate anything remotely good. Makes us cons. To misquote Cobra Commander in the 1990s, you mistake like-minded anger for groupthink. I want to destroy the world, just because. You want to conquer the world. See the difference? I will conquer those who oppose me in battle. You will only cause those to rise up against you. We came here from the combined forces of Bot and Khan, who came here reluctantly to escape other worse bullies. A wasted effort. You will never change that way, and that I pity more than you. I came here for fortune and happier times. Yes, but found only a shipload of bruised and indifferent colonists. Refugees more so than seeking to control. No, we were running from the bully. The bullies will control everything, and there will be no future. We are doomed to be erased from the future when the darkness consumes us, and I'm okay with that. You are seriously a pessimist. Not a good look even for you. I might be emo, but I was programmed that way. You're just a psychopath. Did the Decepticons send you, or what? It's another group, the Malcontents. Oh yeah, the Malcontents sent us also. Which group was it? That is classified. Well, it was. They put all the files in Microsoft Word. But then they redacted it when we left. They used black mark erase in Word for thousands of Word documents. But did not realize that all you had to do was change the color, and you could read it. Don't tell them our plan of conquest. Conquest? Are you insane? This planet has very few natural resources. Even the Decepticons didn't want it. You know how they like energy. They're a thinly veiled riff on greedy oil and gas companies in the 1980s on the Earth, clearly. The Decepticons are illogical. They can go out into space and find any energy they need, and not bother Earth. Yet they bother Earth in many timelines. I do not care. The rocks. The unobtainium of this planet is found in these pieces of Cybertron kind here. We intend to harvest them. There, I said it. Just what are you going to do with stupid rocks? Make armies? See visions? The rocks will just make you turn against each other. I hate to admit it, but he's right. The rocks are dangerous. You can't control them. We tried. It duplicated us. He was also binary bonded, and his counterpart became the mix and trick mix here. I'm a living example of a three-body problem and a solution. Split them up. As you know, Centauri is not an example of that, as the stars are safely far apart from each other in space. I had no idea you were smart, too. I've been reading my blogs too much lately on the SpaceNet, mostly trying to forget about my procrastination problem. You don't procrastinate, you're just flighty sometimes. As are you. I think she wants some of that. Gross, he's like my coworker. Never bang your coworker. Good advice. The last time I tried that, I got fired for trying to harass that other bot. But they were just a Karen bot, yeah. Huh, you did not. You made that up because I did that, not you.
Why'd you quit stealing my thoughts? Or else, you must be reading my mind. I don't like that. The newcomers must be out to take over the planet. They probably are here to find the energy rocks and use them for evil purposes. Hooey! I don't know about that. But there must be some way to find out more. Maybe we can ask them, do some interrogation. Can't just hold them here, otherwise whoever's running the place will get mad. We haven't seen any masters since the old base blew up. Been wandering here for months, Terran time. Yeah, the new ones are the first we've seen of other Karda, and they're protoforms like us.
They've come to join us, and all the Karda have been reborn here. Yay, whoopee!
Well, not exactly reborn. More like downloading the protoforms on the planet and stuff. Hey.
The dog bots have been gone a while, as have the cat bots. I like dogs and cats.
That's nice. He likes dogs and cats. Who's ever in command of their ship clearly has an agenda. I just want to know what it is. You think the spies are colonizers?
Not enough data, and their army's too small to conquer a planet. It would be like the Decepticons back in the 80s, with only a force of dozens, trying to conquer Earth.
I'll take your word for it, smart guy, since you got all the brains.
I think at this point that it's true, and I've settled into being part of this motley crew. And I'm not about to stop you, as it's easier to let you be in charge.
Makes sense to me.
Why, I would then get the credit if we prevail, knowing full well the boss is responsible for his troops. And I would take the blame if anything went wrong and pass it on to the subordinates.
Well, I have no desire to lead. I would much rather be a con-like agent, operating in my own agenda. Fortunate for you, it doesn't include taking over. I think I'd want the responsibility. Heck no. I also find it easier to let him be in charge. It's democratic, since it's dead on any parallel Earth-like planet we found.
No, it isn't. Bullies have just made it look that way. Someday we'll all be one.
Ah, my simple friend, just go on believing that.
Leave him alone. Hope is all we have. And the more they stifle education and health, the more eventually they lose to the passage of empire and decline. No empire lasts forever.
It's true. Even the Decepticon Empire eventually had to admit they overreached. Even in many timelines, Megatron and Galvatron alike could not stop the power of the various primes.
Not even Galvatron 2 with the giant member drill thing that turned into his wings.
Now there's approach. Bussicons. The female bird protoforms are here.
And Trick Mix and Jules. They're over there. I just don't want to have anything to do with the crazy one.
You do whatever you want. I gotta deal with this stuff.
If they're not breaking any laws, there's nothing I can do. You know the crazy one? I think we dated in another timeline. It scares me a little. I know better now.
Well, that was another lifetime. Oh, it's you. Still putting on that Eastwood tough guy mixed with some of the Duke.
She's got you pegged. More than you know. I'm not putting it near crazy again. I promised myself in the New Year's resolution. Since when we followed the New Year's resolution. I wanted to start now.
Oh yeah, we're friends.
But you know, once they get to know us, they'll come back anyway.
Oh, Primus, the lost generation. Oh, this is the darker middle chapter. Oh, but it won't be like Donnie Spurs returning. Which it did, because that's dumb. Reality is dumb now.
That was in another dimension, anyway.
It's more like the humans are easily brainwashed into being dumb. The analogy doesn't work because the villain in that case isn't the expected Joker to Batman. No, it'd be more like our Doom somehow coming back. Like, for no reason when Palpatine returned in that awful Star Wars sequel premise. Oh, please, don't get us started with Star Wars. Can we stop this? Oh, sure, but you know we just want to set them off. Internet influencers and trolls have been championing rumors Kathleen Kennedy was to be kicked out after 15 years. I won't hold my breath until that happens. We don't breathe. Shut up. Go play with the orange one. He's smart like you. There's just many dialogues of it to put dialogue together here. Yeah, that's true. Here we are. Here they are.
Where are they at? Oh, there they are. I was worried a little. Well, not really. I was making it funny.
You're not all there, are you?
I am solid.
Heh, good one. Education is your right, as I am school bus bot. You're not the leader. It is wiser to be the administrator than the leader. That way the boss takes the blame for your screw-ups. Very smart. I am similar. That is we are, as we are trans. Have the complainers found out about you yet online back on Earth? No, they will not. I have excellent hacking skills. Let them try. Their sites will disappear the next day. You were Corey Vet. You were the magic school bus. Avoiding copyright, of course. It's a joke. I never went by that name, and my magic tricks were terrible. I thought they were great at the Academy on the planet, but I was a teen bot. I probably thought a lot of stuff was great. Why, it's Georgia Peach. I do declare. Hello, Coach Terminal. I'm not that old. Let me get this straight. Your real name in the other life was Jailbus Bot. Yep, been my name since the Allsparks brought us Transformers Online in the 80s. Yeehaw! Well, to me you are that old. She was one of my students. Oh my god, that is annoying. Tell me about it. Hello, X. Are you still trying to pretend to be emo like old times? I'm not a pretender. My sister finds her repulsive, just so you know. You're still imagining she's alive. You really should see a counselor. Shut up. Introduce yourselves, brave avian warriors. We are the Bussicons, and we approach you as friends. First contact is exciting, even if in another life we all met before. You made him the leader? Wasn't he the name of your combiner form at one point? He came from another 1994, where Optimus Prime killed him, and the Allsparks brought him here. We hired him since he had nowhere to go, and voted him in as leader. Yeah, he technically come from another timeline. I don't think so. I think he's not telling the whole story. Tell us your story first, new protoforms named for birds. I somehow recall a blue hawk and a terror bird, which is weird, but enough for now. Tell us about you. We were named for birds, mainly those found on Earth in the Americas. I was named for the Cooper's hawk, or the flying cross, but not the unfortunately named chicken hawk, and the males are smaller than the females. Primary and Raksha have valuable insights and powers as well. Well, as the Sparks gave us some, but since the base went up, the powers are losing their connection. They are. How can that be? Not now. Tell us about birdies now, tell us. The bird bots may continue. I'm Terror Bird. I'm named for an extinct family of flightless, giant, carnivorous, avian dinosaur-like birds, native to South America. But the family lineage did not survive the rise of humans. I wasn't there, obviously. You have only data to prove that hypothesis, as there's no way to make it a theory, I think. Later we can discuss that, sir. Let her finish. I am Crane Tech. I am named for the crane, which is related to the goose, and is a flighted sea and swamp-dwelling scavenger bird. Mainly the crane is found all over the planet except Antarctica, really. I am named for the whooping crane. Ah!
She's got your goose. They're like geese, get it?
And ravens and crows are of the group Corvus. I guess that makes us ravens and crows at the same time. We're not trans, though. My sister's a ghost, you see. I am longer and bulkier than she, and she is slender and less pointy. You're native to most parts of the northern planet Earth from America to Asia. Well, the birds are. As you know, we are only named for the birds, but cannot fly. I am Night Racer. I am named for a type of nightingale bird, but I have a car mode. I was never a bird, but because I was binary bonded to one, my offspring became a bird-like creature. The Raksha and Rakshi, and they begat the Raksha. You can explain how you did that later, but I know it's an Easter egg tying into alt Transformers mush. I've said it before. Not now. Back to the story. Is she always like that? Yeah, she's a little intense. The common owl can be found on all continents but Antarctica on the Earth. But I believe I'm a North American barn owl variant. The hawks hunt by day and the owls hunt by night. We're very intelligent and have incredibly flexible necks as owls and super eyesight. Don't do that. Well, I was created as a truck to resemble more the car mode chosen by Dracotron, the evil Decepticon who made 4 of us, but I survived when the other 3 did not. Oh yeah, what happened to your siblings? They killed each other in single combat and I was left standing. Fascinating lessons learned today. Test will be later. Screech! Whoop! No test. We passed the test. Ha! No test. This is not school. Jailbus Bot and the rest, what have you found? We found some of those rock things, but I haven't used them yet. Nope, we found some of them over there, like a clutch of eggs.
But they're not eggs.
You found the abandoned second base site.
You blasphemous destroyed the other hive. Why not this one?
That's the second building. They found it. I didn't think they could find it. They must have done it by accident. We couldn't find it. We looked everywhere. Honestly, we weren't looking that hard for it. Oh, really? I might never have guessed. Are you stealing my lines? Apologies, soul sister. You weren't by chance Crasher in another life. No, it's someone else.
Well, now that I'm here, I can use my excellent sensor sweep abilities to locate what might be inside. You should have called upon us earlier.
Since when are your abilities that sharp? When I was an advanced tactical vehicle. Oh, that makes it work on instinct better than most. You're just lucky to have Cillian powers from that guy in the other timeline you communed with. You'd just be a common hacker without it. Well, my other self once captured and tried to dissect Galvatron, or one of him, from one timeline there.
You dissected Galvatron? How?
In the Starship Locations timeline, we had first contact through space-time warp with the Transformers and our 2400s, but it was also your 2020s. A badly damaged version of Galvatron was picked up by our ship, and the counterpart restored him. Well, mostly.
How did a humanoid do that?
Later on, the same Galvatron tried to murder his girlfriend, and the Autobots found her, and I had to put her back together.
That was you? You're a cybernetic genius, if that's so.
Oh yeah? How do you know that story? My counterpart in that timeline was Galvatron's girlfriend.
Lexicons to legacy timeline breaches. All of them are the multiverse, and since Transformers was both Marvel and a Paramount property at one point, all of the aligned continuity flows to it, yes. Okay then. Can you run that by me again later on?
I am tired of your constant yammering. Wow. It is annoying to my audios. You will tell us where the base is found, and we will go there. Wow.
It was right here where you could have walked up to it, and it still took you this long to find it.
Yeah, it took us this long. Oh, how many of us are there now? 40 of us? Effectively 41, if we count that one guy.
Maybe he's not supposed to be here.
Well, we could conclude that he was secretly the Doom guy, but that'd be stupid. The protoforms are all people, not birds, cars, or buses. But some are cat personalities and some are dogs, huh? It's just another dude left with us. He doesn't have to be an even number. Yes, besides the idea of Gamelt being secretly powerful is ridiculous.
Even I agree with that. He's not as powerful as I am.
You're not quite all there up top, are you? The original battleship was cunning and clever. You, not so much.
He's just special that way.
Oh yeah. Gamelt is not Doom either. It makes no sense. It's not like they brought back Tony Stark to play Doom. They brought back the actor. It's like that. The Marvel Disney were desperate. The whole Kang thing was a mistake, and the actor was a problem. So they just made something up. Stop. This is not a Marvel discussion. Not yet. I wonder how the female bots found us.
They can read us like a book.
I think that's because we're rather blatant. Yeehaw. I kind of liked being mysterious. You're not mysterious at all, my brother. Yee-hoo. Yeah, but don't start calling me bruh like in those Avatar movies when they're trying to sound hip to the youngins. So they're all bruh every other word. It sounds bad when they're so desperate. I'm far better written than any character cameraman has done in 20 years. Cameron, not cameraman. I keep telling you that.
Maybe they're trying to avoid his real name for some reason.
I don't think so. I chalk it up to mockery, but Jailbusbot is too slow to know what that is sometimes. I do so know what mockery is. It's like humiliation. Not an idiot. We just can't say his name correct. I was trying to be edgy, bruh. Hey, wait. How come in them movies, when they can download memories, they can't just resurrect the brother dude in another body like we can do? I have no idea, but I bet Schoolbusbot will nitpick the plot, and will eventually. I will not, so it will turn into an essay on filmmaking, and it isn't. How does it even work? The Beast Wars timelines and this one are all screwy. Yeah, Schoolbusbot, you might explain that. Oh, I would love to explain the Beast Wars timeline to you. The Beast Wars started in 1996, but technically it was set 300 years later in 2396. That's kind of vague. And so, yeah, it ended in 2399 technically when the Maximals defeated the Predacons and then left for the other timeline. As an aside, it means that it kind of lines up with Starship Locations. That's interesting, but the only way that happens is that they've been there and they were aware of Calcat. That's one way it happens, but how were they aware of Calcat or any of this? How did they know when they couldn't have seen Karda until it was put up on YouTube? When did it happen? Ah, then that was in 2020. But no later than 2023, but only in commentary tracks. The only way they could have known before that is some sort of release on VHS in the 1990s at a convention or something. It could be the multiverse, that all the universes would be available to all people in the timelines if they had a space-time bridge and those universes were parallel enough. If they weren't, they would die immediately going into one. The diaspora is when a group is spread out all over the place. The multiverse is more like disconnected similar threads than the connected strings, like bubbles in a tub more than spaghetti. Anyway, there was another version of the Beast Wars in 1994 in the other Transformers universe, and there was a planet, a beast planet, except Optimus Prime killed my character on the Earth in the other universe. But it was not canon because it was a cutscene. Your universe was so close to ours you could have survived here easily. The timeline also had a transitron and I had some of his memories. It's possible that we were mind-linked, but yeah, I knew about the monster planet. A beast planet consumed by Unicron, another one. Yeah, it's time travel. It's shenanigans. Because the Beast Wars were supposed to take place in the past. And they were in the future. And Unicron was kind of a celestial, like in Marvel Comics. Ah yes, the legendary Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. Are you talking about that Eternals movie? That was long and boring. Don't ask me how I know it. Okay, I'll tell. We had it playing on our ship on the ride over here. God, that director might be Oscar-worthy, but she cannot do action movies. No, the characters that were invented by Jack Kirby long before that movie. No, okay. Genesis was my spiritual father before the age, at the time of the 80s timeline. I'm a tabby cat with marble markings, native to the northern parts of Earth. A stray, nothing more, nothing less. I'm not related to you, as I came from later on in the ship, and my form harkens to the 90s period timeline, whereas an orange tabby I was mystic and interesting, sent on delightful gay quests. Well, I do not care for the ending of certain horror sitcoms, where they bury the lead and don't properly out the gay guy. You don't? Example. In the Stranger Things finale, which I haven't seen, they improperly did a weepy scene with the outing of one guy, while the other gal had been outed earlier without fanfare. Being from the 90s, I would have likely wanted it to be darker and weepy, but I can see it not working in the 80s setting of the show. It's another tabby, but more related to Misfire. She's spiritually my mother. I would have found the 80s characters out of place. As my mother taught me, love everyone equally, even your enemies. I wish I were like that, so he would love me. I'm a socks cat tabby with white paws, and I'm cute, and could be gay. That's not how that works. You don't have the same big deal. Even if she changed her form, I wouldn't be into her. Sorry, I just wouldn't. We should see. Look, the rocks. We shouldn't mess with the energy rocks. They can mess with us. Dumb rocks would just make copies of us or change our mind. Change our minds? I don't know. That's not how it works. The gay kitty can stay gay. I like that he has the freedom to do that. You can't have him because I want him. Don't be like that on my account. You can find another love somewhere. You said you were cute, so go be cute. It's likely we saw merely a video review and didn't see the episode we were discussing. Because we're cats. Yeah, easily distracted by shiny things. Yeah. The rocks can change your mind or make an earth you, huh? No, don't do it. She's going to touch one of those rocks. Stop her. Maximize. I will get what I want. I'm on it. What happened? Oh, check. Still gay and still have balls. Well, neutered, but yes, have ball. She tried to get us killed. My con side finds that funny. My bot side does not. No. She really makes me mad, but that's not unusual. But you're still you. I cannot have remade you. Damn it. Why did you even try? That's just wrong. It would be like the time when they sent that boy to the gay away camp, and he came back even gayer, and eventually married a dude. Like in that other show. Not like in Earthspark, where they backed off from the trans robot and simply avoided ever mentioning it the next season. Or when movies are censored in China, even the gay ones. And then the story makes no sense without it. I had no idea coming here would lead to all this. Why did you want to come to us? We were escaping prosecution on our version of the Earth. Guys, what is that? I don't know, but he has big kitty junk, and he's manly. I wonder what he's into. I want to find out.
I am transformed. Genesis Catbot returns.
Our leader is back.
Yes, Scratcher, and this time no force in the universe will stop me.
Glorious, are you jealous yet, Corkers? Not even remotely. Is it true? Are you back?
The last thing I remember was a Decepticon husk burning and landing on me during a battle.
The whole ship came down on you both. You and the Doombot were utterly pancaked and then fried.
It was rather hot in there. I would adrift for some time. To lead it again. How long have I been gone?
Too long. We are not currently in grave danger, and quoting from Transformers. Unless the bullies we were fleeing from find us. They're not Karda. Now he tells us.
We shall defeat them. I also became tired. By the way, where's the Gestalt?
We do not have one, but we have access to Veritex.
I see. With our current size, only 3 of us could ride in one at a time.
You're so masculine and powerful and not fixed.
Well, that is true, but I would expect such humor from my spiritual daughter.
Awkward. Spiritual dad, if it's really you, you would know about how many females you got with.
All of them within a 100-mile radius. Let's see. Around 350 as of this year? Well, whatever year this is.
It's now 2026. You must have come from the one over 19 years ago. They made a copy of him in the 2012 battle and in the 2015 battle. More like 11 years.
Takes about 800 lady cats and occasionally males.
A resurrected testosterone incarnate. Great. I'm still not jealous. Shut up. It's Tinker from the ship. He's just reborn as this guy.
Yes, but let us go find the others. Catbots, maximize.
The Canids are close. The Felids were close earlier. I wonder what they were looking for. When we find him, you can ask him. The alien rocks have begun to act strangely. Maybe they sense a change in the wind.
I don't sense it, but really wasn't looking.
The jets, vehicles, and birds could all come together and then be ambushed by whatever you guys were running from. The ships came here to escape the colonizer forces of a bully space empire.
Why would a space empire take you? They should be able to make what they like.
Just for fun? Perhaps like the Cybertrons, they had used up the resources of their planet in a civil war lasting millions of years. Even I think that it doesn't make any sense that it was millions of years. In my past forms, I did not think of such things. I was more of a fancy-free flyer. No sense in worrying about things, eh? Not very leader-like, are you? Just rather be flying solo? Fly me to the stars, where I might dream of endless skies. Ha! Yeah, it's weird being reborn as a protoform. Tell me about it. I am new to not being able to fly. These makers of yours might restore our bodies. The makers, like the masters, and they're out there, yes. You don't seem that enthusiastic. It's been a long time since they were there. I was originally a test machine and never saw full production. They poked and prodded and took pieces off and made many videos. They did this for me also, but as you deduced, my line was produced as the Marauders, and there were originally 6 of us. I gained sentience while the others did not. We were all advanced tactical jets of some sort. I was on the con side, though. I even once met Starscream, the time travel one. He came and shot at Megatron. I was based on some of the G.I. Joe jets. Where we came from, the line went on past the X-classes to the lettering. I think Veritech had something to do with it. They had made Alpha Fighters by the 2020s, but they were kind of trash. They perfected them in the other timeline I heard about, where they were used in the war with the Invid, but not here. Somehow I'm from a later timeline, and yet this is now the year 2026 or so. We've traced the boundaries, and there doesn't appear to be a way in. We were just discussing the continuity of Transformers as walking around is boring. Transformers was not only micro-change and diaclone, it was a Marvel property at some point. The Unicron could have fought Galactus, because he's like a Celestial. The Death Star from Star Wars is ridiculously powerful, and I want one. Now, as for Unicron fighting the Death Star, Unicron could fight the Death Star. And technically they're planets, and they could fight each other. I bet the Imperial Star Destroyer is similar in size to the carriers of our period, and to the Superdimensional Fortress and SCF Autobot, and they could fight. Starkiller Base was an even bigger Death Star on an Earth-like planet. It could destroy Unicron. Planets fighting each other. What do you think, School Bus Bot? I think it's silly. I think a star being siphoned off like that, like we did in Transformers years ago, is silly. And Starkiller was just ripping us off. I remember that. In the G1 Transformers timeline, when Cybertron was regenerated briefly by the Golden Age at the end of one of the timelines, it didn't make sense. The Cybertron engine made the sun almost go nova and go boom. I'm not sure how that could happen. That wouldn't have made the star go nova. A sun is many, many times, millions of times larger than the planets around it. And we couldn't have touched it at all. Sometimes a story just has to work weirdly to make sense, and then it really doesn't. In the Japanese continuity, they just ignored it. They thought we'll just do our own thing with the Headmasters and Target Masters, and completely change the lore, so they go to Planet Master. Are you talking about the Masters? If so, which Masters? Headmasters, Target Masters, or something else with Masters in the name? Thus, the Karda are sort of a spin-off before Calicat even knew about the Japanese continuity, because many people in the US did not know about the Japanese version prior to the VHS and DVD releases, and the official Shout release decades later. The one with Gigatron 2 with the giant dragon ding-dong, that came later in Beast Wars and Transformers Victory timelines. Technically, it wasn't even really supposed to be Galvatron. It had a brother named Megatron. Well, semantics. Well, technically, if you want to be accurate about it being a rant, it is. Can you stop? My brain is melting. What are the guys rambling about? Another can of worms, but we explored that in the last movie. Bum-bum-tish. Yeah, we did. It got so tedious, I almost considered arresting them and putting them all in the clinker. But I figured they'd ramble even more in there. Yeehaw! Among the Karda, how come there are no Insecticons? There could be an Insect Beast Force team, but there probably isn't because they were all shelf warmers, and the makers didn't really build those. Now, there was a spider guy, but that'd be too reminiscent of some of the other spider stuff from Beast Wars. Black Arachnia, Tarantulas, they're gone. The bird ones are here, and some models predate the Beast Wars by 10 years. Take me, for example, 1986, baby. As Corey Vet, 1987. I got the new name, though, from an 80s cat. I'm from the 1980s as well, long before Beast Wars. She's as smart as you. Well, because she's an owl, she must be a professor. She gets a little weird. Yeah, it could be a little typecasting going on there. We use gender-neutral pronoun. I get it, but doesn't it bother you to be smart all the time? No, but we know what we're capable of, as I suspect you do, too. I get it, but our struggle should be with the outlying others who will eventually come. Otherwise, this whole trek is a waste of time. Transformers, trans, well, it's in the name. Not that we have body shells again yet. Look over there, though. Our chances of finding something have increased. It is never a waste of time. I found this day enlightening, but in a different way from the venture some months ago. You would. I've not seen the fire team in a while. We should probably find out what they're up to before they set something ablaze again. Yeah, they do that. The dogbots and others have found us and are on approach. I find them puzzling, but my ghost sister finds them boring. Did you know that the GoBots were eventually bought up by the Transformers in the 1990s, and then the duel ended? All became one. I wonder what became of the Catbots. They probably got distracted chasing the glowing rocks like they were toys. Probably. Even as a known school teacher bot, I didn't really know it all. It just seemed that way. But where's the Karda to fit in all this? We'll soon find out. The Autobots may be coming. Afraid not, sister. The Autobots aren't coming, because they're moving planets to a forge with another primary. The forge is the one that Prima did call the Forge of Solus Prime, but that was an accident, because Solus Prime is the one that found it later. Well, I am Solus. My ancestor did call it literally in her name, but that was later, so yes. What it is the original megastructure where all the Transformers were built. I bet it has weapons. Well, that would be fun. Can we go there and get some? No, we can't go there. The weapons are long gone and have been reformed into the Transformers and their weapons over eons. You cannot go there again. You would die. Wait, aren't you modeled after a female Prime, Solus Prime, who wielded all objects like her forge, which was a hammer? But the forge is really where they built Cybertron itself. I am her descendant here. One of the Karda, as you are. And we can change our voices and genders easily, as procreation is not an issue. You figured it probably would work. If you wanted, you could reproduce instead of trading sparks and minds in space. You can be whatever you want. All shall be one. Come together to form the robots, if you will. But yes, using the sparks and nanites and other entities, we can make other robots like us, even mimic cyber DNA, and make crystal-like forms. How's our sparks? Oh, she's smart. Not sure what she's talking about, but she sounds real smart. So that's how you get Cybertrons. Through protoforms, through budding, or by building them and putting personality things in them. At least that's the theory. We need to test this so that we can make it happen. Starting with me as the volunteer to have intimacy with all of you, even the males. Did you know that you can't have a theory without a hypothesis? Before first contact with us in 1984, the humans had a Fermi paradox to describe why they were alone. Well, if these guys, the bullies that is, are an example of the Fermi paradox, it's the Dark Forest, because you have a group of advanced aliens out to destroy intelligent life. That'd be kind of stupid and counterproductive. Yeah, there's the trouble with humanoid forms, as they always want to colonize and take over. Sometimes the fans want to make excuses for why the oppressed group seems reluctant by claiming they were not first on the planet, and the colonizers get an excuse to exploit them. You mean the internet fan hypothesis about the Avatar series? That state the native group is not actually native because they have different traits? Short-sighted and uneducated rubes. Oh yeah, the newcomers or invaders aren't as bad because long ago there were other excuses. You're talking about nationalist humans who are like the bullies who chased us here. We must stop them. They cannot invade the planet. What? You can't stop them? We can try. I came from a school bus that transported intelligent but differently abled children. I will not let anyone punch down. Where are these new hostiles? Together we are legion. You're funny sometimes. Funny in the head. We're just protoforms. It's true. From what they have hinted at, these new invaders are like nothing the Decepticons could toss at us. We could trick them into touching the rocks and blowing themselves to oblivion. Yeehaw! The new arrivals are here, I see. The dog cons, I take it. With addition. You couldn't have been more obvious coming out here. Yeah, we can see you coming a long way off. Well, if we're going to defend ourselves from a new enemy, we must be ready.
Oh, can it, Bluebirdie? Care to test our powers? Why, in my other form, I could have eaten you all in one go.
That's the problem. You're a protoform now. You can't.
Yes, in my Dinobot form, I would have towered over most of you. The new bird ones are annoying.
You're back. More of your friends.
I renamed myself Ziggy Dogbot because I touched one of the glowing stones and became enlightened. But it wore off. Stuff it. These guys just wanted the base for themselves to take the energy off. But I knew what it was from the sensors in the ship. We can track stuff from orbit, and we knew it was here. We claimed it then.
That's right. Now we have the location. You cannot claim it.
And maximize. You shall not have the base. Terrorize. So we will take them even as protoforms. In my other form, I was a pointed fire dog mix thing, so I can track you. So watch out.
Really, you all need to chill the head out. Damn. You all been fighting over nothing. Take a sit and stop it.
All of you, the paranoia will get us nowhere. The war within will end worlds before the war without does. Well, I'm too stubborn to listen to a school bus. This all depends on cooperation here. We're not going to win this thing this way. It's some kind of test.
They're like beast machines rejects.
So the Maxes who eventually became the Maximals are switched in this timeline? Nope, we're just a little odd. I resemble that remark. Sister Ghost, get them.
Never send a Spectre to do a solid job.
We shall not face you here. I'm leader of the bird cons and bird bots. We are both. Yaha. But you're not birds. You're protoforms like us. Let us not fight. We have means to escape the planet in a ship up there. One colonizing invader group is somehow more perfect and less savage than the last. Human nature. They behave like quintessons. It's a bit like how Generation 2 came along and just reskinned itself in 1992. It weren't new episodes of Transformers. It's just reskinned earlier stuff and claiming to be when some of the toys were new, yeah, but not the show. And then other shows came along. No, it's not. They weren't colonized. They were censored. That's quite different. I wanted to avoid bringing up the south of the U.S. on Earth, where my character's based, seeing as how humans there still believe in some very weird prejudices. The works of the ancient aliens theorists is just a bunch of thinly veiled racist archetypes, such as various movements that were trying to make an excuse for their actions. Not just the South. I think the cult of personality and that of greed makes good is already destroying the Earth humans, and that's why we were sent out here, to get away. A fair point, but as an agent of chaos, I say let it all fall down. Until it falls on us, that is. You were young. I was like you once. Have you lost your edge already? No, I have strategy now, and I've learned from my mistakes. And being crazy helps me cope, so strategy is not one of my strong suits. I opened the floor to discussing migration theory. But we should move too. Usually, colonizers would make excuses for their horrible actions and claim that they were making them better or converting them to a religion when it was no deeper than some just want to take their stuff. Or maybe in that case, just take a family vacation and wrap it in a message. That doesn't make sense. A family vacation? What are you talking about? It was bad logic, but what I was trying to claim is that some directors of films don't have a reason for making a film. They just shoot the vacation and show it as an epic movie. If this is a vacation video, then by that analogy, we are stimulations in it. I thought shooting the rodeo was when the filmmaker decides to record some of a rodeo and put it in his movie when it doesn't belong. This is more like a rodeo than a vacation, yeah. Good, I like a rodeo. When are we going to see that? We aren't. It's a metaphor, I think. Dagnabbit. I hope this isn't one of them dream stories where the leader done wakes up and sees he's lived his life badly and must repent. No, it's not a dream. I think what's going on is the Karda are allowed to come back and reproduce on the planet, but not to get battle forms. You wish to get beyond this stage and get gestalts or robot bodies, but we're not ready, and you are not either. The tests the makers play are still going on. Until we best them, no new bodies. What makes you so sure of that, Blue Hawkbot? I just have this feeling. I think we'll find that we're more like Transformers, and they wouldn't let us do that. You speak of the Dark Forest without even knowing what it means. Yes, the idea that a powerful alien god race has stifled other races from advancing but keeps watch over them. It's a scary but unrealistic thought. The gods now test us, you think. I think not. The gods are gone. The masters are somewhere else. For once I agree with you, Malor. It seems unlikely the ancient gods would come to test us. We're not worthy. The Dark Forest can be real as we rise, and we'll become a new generation with its own problems to cope with. I do not know. I only know this because our bird team is based somewhat on Native American First Nation birds, in case you guessed. And that's cool.
But that's what's so insulting about Avatar movies with blue thunder kitties. It paints an unrealistic picture of First Nation tribes and makes them off as distant aliens, only to be exploited for their resources. I'm told from the data files in the Autobot Ark ship that was there that the First Nation people of the Americas well predated the white man by 12,000 years. They did not have the technology, though, to advance to the same level, and were stopped. All right, that's it. Avatar stole their name from Avatar the Last Airbender, and the premise from Pocahontas, and a bit of Captain Planet. And the new villain is little more than Evelyn from He-Man.
Gee, when you say it like that, it makes it sound kind of stupid.
Did the Dark Forest gods take the Native Americans? No, nature on Earth is a fickle mistress. My guess is they just never got the opportunity others did, and were vulnerable to disease and war the eons following. But some descendants still live. This is not a lecture on the nature of native Terran customs. Then as humans became more civilized, they began picking on other marginalized groups. And with the advent of the internet and alien contact with it, they still had time to pick on those that didn't have as much power as they did.
The Avatar movies make billions and are pretty.
Yeah, but the stories are just tropes. Not that most of our stuff isn't cliche as heck. The Decepticons would be here plundering resources just as the colonizers would do, except this planet doesn't have much left. It's as barren as char. I think the humans would exploit this planet too if there was something of worth here. I refuse to think that we were just dumped here like trash. Quiet, we're being watched. Over there. So that's how it's done. Taking notes. Shut up.
Not exactly blue Thundercats. Cats bots maximize. Here we are. The base is open. Let's go in.
Isn't this new and dreamy? Meow.
Honey, the boy's just not into you.
What do you mean? You're cute, but not like the lovely kind. I don't do girls. What's that? I don't get it. He's one of us. He came from the ship. And he's gay. He's gay? You just want him for yourself.
Enough bickering. The Karda here have found the base and it's time for us to go in. All of us.
Terrorize. Who is that? What, the new cat? No, the female humanoid. Terrorize. I don't like it. So royalty at last. I'm here to serve you, my queen. I can read your thoughts this close, Trick Mix. She's not a queen.
We found the fire team, too.
They've been captured by the humans. Humans. Dun 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 dun. Welcome home, my minions, my minicons. As we're now on the colony, and you are the hive workers. Resistance is futile. Karda. They're the board from that Cillian timeline. Don't come any closer. Yes, one of them even tricked me with this flashy outfit. When I get out of here, this place will burn, as I used to be like the Beast Wars Inferno. But long before that guy, I was an 80s toy.
Me too. I was also a Legato ship, and fought alongside the Lost Robotex, and the SDF Autobot, and Busbot too. He remembers me.
I didn't mean to lure them here. They put a tracker on us. Wait, I want to join your evil plan and be important again. Please, pretty please. I pitch to all sci-fi shows and all the cliches.
Traitor.
You'll never get away with this, whoever you are. Foolish child bots. Go on and yammer about how you were once powerful. Your original bodies were all destroyed. Yes, we are the doppelgangers. In another timeline, we are known as the mirrors. In the still others, the masters. They are simple fools, and now their life energy will be used to create an army of protoforms, so we can act our revenge on the galaxy. No, we are to assimilate them. Revenge for the Decepticons, or the like-minded kind. These creatures have accepted their cons into the bot ranks and have turned it all grey. We cannot remove them. I do not care if they are bot or con. We only needed their essence, their Gaia force. For in the future, the other Gaia will be like an Earth. And we could resurrect Galvatron too to lead us again. That's the keeper. That's stupid. No, we're not bringing back Galvatron 2 just because we're talking about his junk. Is it just me, or have they lost interest in us? There is a power connector on the floor at 0304 meters. I can reach it. I will cover you. Terrorize. Activate the array and signal the battle fleet that we found the Transtector hybrids, and there are 41 of them. Yes, Master.
White Paws, you can do this.
What am I going to do?
Distract them. Play with their shiny toy.
Yes. Meow. Maximize. Get them. They're trying to turn off the computers. There's no try, only do. Don't quote Star Wars to me. Don't get me started. Pretty shiny, pretty shiny.
Oh, shit.
Almost there.
Get them. Get them now.
Send in the Veritex.
Where did they go? Find the dogs. Where did they go?
It looks like I got out of your cage. It's time to put you in one. Old bullocks. Send them in now. Stop them.
They've gone native. Stop them. Get to your Veritex. They're already in Veritex. Very well.
Maybe you shouldn't have taught me how to pilot one of these, bunghole.
You tell him, Ziggy. Let's see. Forward is here. Are you sure you know how to fly one of these?
The human's trying to get in the Frankenstein Veritech. Gunship, move forward. The human is charging.
Douche. Douche.
Yeah.
He's all over the shoe of the Veritech.
Well, my bad. He's a clone anyway. Make another one.
The rest will come seeking the stones, and you, let them come. I'll be waiting for them. Let us take the party to the next level.
You are crazy little robots.
I resemble that. Crap.
Run back to the landing craft.
Gillian, we've decided to switch sides. In case you hadn't noticed. The planet somehow changed you. This isn't over. Oh, it's over. You just don't know it yet. We don't have the jurisdiction to arrest them. We can do it anyway. Let them go back to their ship. I doubt they'll come back for us. Look, a city on fire. Yes, just like Reservoir Dogs. But City on Fire is the movie Reservoir Dogs ripped off, shot for shot. And yes, and also it's really on fire. Did you say something about a dog? Not about you, Quentin Tarantino movie. Good, but isn't that the guy that's into feet and keeps showing them in his movies? Mm-hmm. Primaries run off after their escape ship. She's chasing the enemy. That was not part of the plan. There was a plan? Now that we switched sides to join you, we've chosen a side. I will go. You'll never make it. You're just as fast as us in land mode. The Veritex we came in. Don't try to stop me. I must prevent them from getting signal back to the mothership. You'll never make it to space. She's too far off. They will get away. Let them go. Then the war will continue. I cannot let them go. It isn't worth it. Oh, they're not going to reach the mothership. Oh, crap. Everybody duck. You done blew it up to oblivion. Remind me not to do that again. You activated the remote, but you could have been killed. I was aiming for their ship. I fought alongside you and shall defend the planet. Ditto, sister. Sensors indicate the main dropship has left orbit. Well, you actually did it. Together. Nice to see you again, Spirit Son. Ditto. Well, since my clone is dead again, that leaves you. What are you young punks gonna do to me?
I have an idea. Tell us where the flowers of life are so we can make protoculture.
That would alert the Invid.
We just figure out how to eat him.
On second thought, I could show you where it is, but Gemelt could too, because you were all from the vault on the mothership. Now let's not threaten to eat him. We couldn't do that anyway. Bring in Gemelt and let's question him. I was just a clerk and a gamer and a storyteller. I know nothing about Robotech except for what they told me. Please don't toss one of those rocks at me. Exploding is just not fun. I want to know what this vault is that you got a hold of. The malcontents scavenged Cybertron while the Autobots were away. They got into the Spark Vault. I'm sure that's it. Karda personalities must have been in there. All of them. Even the ones from the last battle. And you said the support ship left the motherships intact. The rocks are a conduit for the spark energy of Primus, which made us come here. Which means we should take the action up there. 6 Veritex, 41 Karda, and a whole lot of whoop-ass. You thinking what I'm thinking? Karda, maximize.
Let's take my ship. It'll hold the Veritex and maybe 20 of us.
Just as the Makers foretold in the Covenant of Primus, even though it was written eons ago, there was a prophecy in there. Hey, wait for me. You need to fuel them first. Hey, wait up.
You can explain how we knew all about the doppelgangers later. Let's roll out.
Thus begins the Protoform Wars.
Dun, 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 dun.